Welcome to the AlbionTV War Report, your source of live battle coverage featuring the top guilds and alliances of Albion Online. Today is the 11th of January, 2022. I am your host, the Shozen One, and joining me today are Robinhoodrs on the play-by-play and Bogul on the camera and knobs. We are currently watching One Done take on, who is this? GDC?
GDL.
GDL, okay. I don't know them. What I know the War Gods.
War Gods and
but I don't know this. Oh, so they've changed their. Okay.
We had it last week, but I'll let you off. It's been a couple days. I know what it's like being old. But yeah, it's been a back and forth so far. As One Done's pretty much been on the back foot. I believe they do have. I believe it would be Arcapeach on their second flank. I want to go on a limb. So War Gods is slap bang in the middle. I believe Sex and Flex are on the northeast side. So a couple different flanks to work with here in the middle of battle, Braymore Lowland, shall I say. Angelique just trying to delete some of these tanks are overextending into his back line here, playing super aggressive. These War God tanks at the moment. They're actually pinned up into a massive little death choke at the moment, but War God's not doing anything to punish this play. Just losing members constantly at the moment.
Well, it does seem to be spread out all over the top of this hill here, Robin. It goes pretty far up into the far northeast here, where we do see quite a bit of them fighting over there in the corner with a really nice push by One Done, wrapping around both sides of this rock in the middle.
Yeah, there's a nice little flank coming in from Angelique there. Obviously not as impactful as he would want, but it did disrupt the backline of War Gods for now. And once again, these just random tanks from War Gods CCing this whole entire group of reject party, keeping them busy, while Bella Ella over the top there on Arcapeach. He is full steam ahead looking for his next engagement. So is Angelique, as this massive clump to the eastern side gets lined up perfectly. That's a clump and dump for sure. That's a full deletion if I've ever seen one. And War God's taking a massive penalty on that play, but the return comes in. One Done are losing a couple people here.
Yeah,
as the
Sex and Flex is coming in
down.
pretty fast here. They came up that hill with vigor.
They did indeed. And it looks like they're going to retreat back down. Don't want to overextend. A couple tanks not getting that early memo. They may pay with their price here. They do. They call an actual engagement onto those three tanks. And it was worthwhile because, like we said in the past, delete those tanks. You have no front line. You have no front line. Your clothies will get deleted very easily indeed.
And it does look like these guys from GDL have fallen back quite a bit, but they still have quite a few numbers. We'll see how this engagement by One Done goes, as they're going to be facing quite an opposition on this next hill here. No chokes, though, here to speak of.
Yeah, I was just checking that. It's only a little one to the west and a tiny one to the east. I doubt that they would go through it because that would be a death play.
Yeah, it's not an effective one for either side right there with the numbers that they have currently.
Indeed. And it's like Angelica, they're going to be backed up to the northeast side along with Bella Ella here. I don't know what Arcapeach is hunting down. If he's hunting down anything. Cluster Q's still activated in this zone. One Done sitting on a 47 disarray debuff. I believe War Gods will probably be around the same. Both sides, you know, just dream numbers. It looks like One Done madness as I hopped onto Lakofa to get a disarray debuff check. They just came crashing in, and it didn't end well for Madness. It was over in a split second.
Well, it looks like there's going to be more push here, I believe, from One Done, as there's a number of groups coming from, I believe, the east. It's a little hard to tell in free roam.
Yep, and War Gods may be a little bit broken here. Looking at our tank POV on this one, it's only a 39 disarray debuff left in this zone. Angelique's cleaning up the remaining members of GDL here on top of this little cliff top. Reinforcements are coming in. You see the blobs coming in from the southeast and the southwest doors. Have to wait and see if that's going to swing the tide of battle here. Finally,
There's another significant force of GDL here that are positioning themselves to the south. They're regrouping. They are mounted. They're right by that hideout, like over the top of that hideout that they were just fighting at just a moment ago. I think they're coming out of here.
Alrighty.
Like, there's a lot of them right here by this hideout now.
Yeah, Angelique's been pushed off a little bit to the eastern side, just a little bit down the choke point. These battle mounts for GDL, or yeah, GDL, are just causing disruption here, applying some pressure. It looks like Angelique has found a push that he's looking for. That slow getting applied to him there, could hardly move for a second. He's going to carry on charging down south. It looks like he's looking for an engagement. He's going to engage on top of the battle mounts, and a couple tanks are getting caught off guard.
Huge numbers of one done coming into here, Robin. They just have so many wrapping around from the east and south on this position. I just don't see any real hope for GDL, even if they have really close repositioning like they do. There's just so much one done right now.
Yep, and there it is. The ballistas come steaming in for one done. They instantly dismount the turtle. It looks like they were focusing on the basilisk to the north, and they have a behemoth in their sights as well. I don't know what Trollolololo box is doing, but oh wow, where did this group come from? War Gods engaging. I thought that was going to be a nasty little deletion there on Angelique, but they soaked that up very well with their defensive plays, and now the return comes in. Is War God's going to have the same fate? It doesn't look like it, as that whole entire group just gets melted into oblivion here, as Angelique and the boys of Reject Party are doing very well indeed to stay alive.
There's
keep
more
rotating.
War Gods. There's more War Gods, dude. It looks like they've got a whole nother force of them coming in as more reinforcements. I still don't think it's enough. I feel like it's that, you know, when you get that stream of guys where you just don't have enough to make an impact, and you're constantly throwing guys in like, yeah. Yeah.
Well, I did just check the map where we're sitting right now. War Gods actually have their home set to the southwest side of the map here, down into Sandmount Strand and also Sandmount Sand. So both sides actually, I believe Sex and Flex are also locked in that area as well. So one done on the disadvantage. This is their home turf for GDL. May play into it in the long run, but at the moment, one done putting up a very, very easy win so far, or control of the battle would be.
They're maintaining control right now, and the situation is how many times can they lose a couple of guys while GDL keeps coming back, and how many sets can GDL afford to lose in this situation, and what's the objective here for them to really like win? Like, how many sets is it worth to lose for content when you're constantly outnumbered? And can they get a spot where they can get a good regroup, where they can get a good singular force moving forward and actually pressure this one done force? Because right now I just see a wave after wave of one done hitting these smaller GDL forces that do not have a singular front line, do not seem to have the organization that they need to turn on any of these pushes by one done.
Indeed, and I just saw one done just trying to reflect the Bride of Fury clappers coming in. That update hasn't hit yet, lads. A couple more weeks to go until that change comes in, where you can finally Demon Armor reflect the Bride of Fury E. But until then, nothing's going to happen if you pop your Demon Armor when they're coming in to clap your backline, unfortunately for you guys. But look at that damage. Look at them just coming in on that northwest side there, deleting those 3 members of one done. The Cloffies there just getting annihilated with, you can't do anything.
I am seeing so many different groups of GDL on this map. Like, they're very separated right now. I'm currently moving around in free roam, trying to get an idea of what's going on in this blob. And if you look at the map, you can currently see skulls everywhere. That's because they are fighting everywhere, interspersed with this one done group, and they just don't seem to have the numbers to put up a fight yet.
Yeah, you would think, like, you know, it's still... It just hit the 10-minute mark now until the territory can be claimed or pacified in this zone. You would think War Gods and Sex and Flex would just call a regroup, you know, get themselves back together, cluster queue themselves back into the zone, you know, stabilize, have that front line,
Is that
and
DIOR?
actually.
Is that DIOR?
Where? What?
DIOR is here.
Are they?
Escalation. I don't know how many of them. I'm trying to get a better look. It looks like there's a full force of them. I'm seeing multiple. No, it's Gao Kao.
All
I
right.
think a small clap group.
Cao Cao would be combat looting. He
Yeah.
doesn't do anything else in the game.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry. Well, you know, I saw more than one. Then I saw Gao Kao, and
Well, we
yeah,
do have
that-
more than one fight happening on our screen right now. Bogul does have the Anthony Ray POV of the Homie Alliance on the other monitor. Homies versus Sniff over there, battling it out on the territory in White Bank Shore. But it looks like Homies have once again going to be victorious as they pin up Sniff into the tower. And, I mean, they've just been doing work over there. The Homie Alliance been coming out probably the best newcomers to ZVZs for the 1800 time slot that we've been covering this season.
There's more of them here. There's more DIOR. Hodges. Let me stock this.
Maybe we'll just combat looting, to be honest. I believe DIOR isn't massing for 18 anymore. At least from what I've seen, they did get launched on today, but from when I was checking to see who was online, no one from leadership was online. No Tamashi, no Lost Legends, no Dell. So unless there's a brand new shock order that we don't know about, they're not online. It looks like War Gods are actually mounting up here and may actually go for a full regroup. I'm seeing a lot of mounted War Gods to the north of Angelique.
This is a full group of escalation here.
Is it?
Ben Mage? It's 19. It's not quite 20.
Ben Mage. Okay. Oh yeah, Ben Mage is a shock caller actually. I forgot about Ben Mage of Escalation.
Sorry, these guys are kind of hard to find inside of this giant battle that we have going on all around this zone. Well, this like southwest section of the zone is full of different groups here, and this large one done group is coming in from the western flank. Ben Mage is in trouble.
He is indeed, and it looks like nothing's going to stop the wave of Balaela comes streaming in here. Damnations are getting popped. He's already popped his Cleric Cow. He's going to be focused here. As look at that whole entire group just focuses him down. He has nothing to get out here. Maybe a cartwheel, maybe a pop of his sprint, but he's going to get nailed by the Grail Seekers into the Permafrost. It's going to be GG here for the Shockler of Escalation. With a rowdy group of 19 people trying to do a little bit of third partying.
There's a little bit.
Just a little.
So you said that these guys aren't grouping up at 18 right now. When are they grouping? When is their prime time right now?
I believe it is 21. I know Escalation like to show up when there's action, like late NA, so 0-3.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen them a couple times around the Morgana's Rest area against Surf and all the other people that group up around there. But for their main timers, I believe it's just 0-0 at the moment. It looks like Angelique is back in the action as War Gods
Big
and
fight here with
GDL
War Gods, yeah.
have regrouped, and so did One Done actually. So both sides back at it, ready to rumble.
Well, that DIOR fight brought a little bit of time for War Gods to regroup, I think. It allowed them just the space they needed to get at least a front.
Yeah, for sure. And it looks like, I mean, GDL are just getting sandwiched. They're getting outplayed positioning wise. I mean, playstyle wise as well. It's just One Done just wreaking havoc in the CBZ. I mean, we've been here for what? Nearly 15 minutes now, and I don't think I've seen War Gods or GDL like get a nasty deletion in any sense.
Yeah, but like they got that group of 3 clothies, but I wouldn't say that it has been.
That does not swing the tide of battle anywhere close. You know what I'm saying? It's
No,
just been
has
a
changed
devastating
the
engagement
fight.
like this. Like, look at this.
It's just
Time
a
and time
constant
again.
stream of One Done, chasing down the groups, going right through them, pushing out the other side, which is something we've seen be very effective for a strategy in ZVZs. If you can continue to push through your enemies, you make it very hard for them to get that counter push going.
Yeah, definitely.
There's
And I mean,
just so many one done right now as I'm in free camp. This entire area is full of one done. On the edges are some groups of GDL, but nothing the size of what one done has here. Robin, what do you see for disarray debuffs? I'm seeing too many
I got a
buffs to
level
actually get one.
50 for one done, so they've
Okay.
grown
42,
since last time.
42 for a GDL guy, so that's not too bad.
Well, it looks like Angelique just found the remaining members of them as another wave of one done come crashing in onto the top of War Gods. War Gods actually able to defend themselves this time round, but nothing for a return engagement at all. A lot of rats happening in this fight moment.
There was, I don't know if we were able to get this on screen, but I did see a very good engagement by the guys from War Gods over here onto one done. They did a nice clump and followed up and got a number of kills, and they're still chunking away over here. I can't tell where it is in comparison to Angelique. Actually, it's right next to Angelique. Actually, you might have gotten to see part of that.
Yeah,
it's a little hard telling where things are in comparison while you're in free cam here. I do apologize.
The amount of rats that are here as well. I believe this guy that they're tracing, yeah, Trollololo is actually a battle mount rider. I believe a Bastion, if I remember correctly. Or no, it's a behemoth. He was riding a behemoth from earlier on, I remember. He's getting targeted by the ballista. It's like they're gonna go full chase.
Yeah, he looks like the only one who's left right now. I feel bad. GDL had that nice engagement, but there's just so much one done. It didn't matter what they did. They just all got eliminated with that full send.
Yep, and look at this. Now, with that absolutely devastation of just a walkover, one done are able to take control of the territory with ease. There's no one here guarding it. 2 minutes 35 left on the clock. They're going to sweep out the guards real quick. It's a level 8. So they gotta do this quickly, but it's gonna take some time. With a level 8,
do you feel like these guys made a mistake, GDL, in not fighting on the territory?
Yes, 100%. 100%. But then again, I mean, this territory is a little bit tricky on the layout itself. I mean, we've seen it time and time again where, especially with this territory, once you're locked on the tower, it's gonna be over unless you can get some serious engagements in. Compared to like the farm tower where it's very open, very spread out, you got multiple different fallback points, compared to this territory where it's literally, as soon as you gain control of the territory itself, you have to sit in front of the tower itself, just over to the west of Angelique, and that's it. Because you can get engaged upon pretty much at every single angle. If you hold tower here, you can get bombed from the back, and then from the east and west at the same time. If you hold pretty much like over on the eastern side, it's an easy flank from the west. There's no real platform to defend and hold correctly. It's pretty bad. So yeah, you have level 8 guards, but
I have a fight at another territory from a group that I have not seen before. Ori? Hold on, I'm trying to get you guys a name. Give me a moment. We're over in Dry Top Riverbed.
I just got whispered as well. Official Mantra is the shot caller, is what I got told. I'll put it in the chat for us. Here we go. Yep.
Thank you.
Shout out Malatorio. I believe that's something along those lines. But yeah, they're fighting Surf here. I don't know. It's a mixed group of Surf here, not the big guns of Surf. It's the smaller guilds that we don't really see in ZVZs that often.
Yeah.
A couple members of Tidal, yeah, sure. But it's like Cape Dancers, a bunch of clowns. Who else we got? With that one guild that I can never pronounce.
Hey, why you gotta be like that towards Surf? Just because you haven't seen them before.
No, like, I mean, we haven't. I mean, I don't see them when I'm fighting Surf daily. And we don't really see them on the 1800 UTC timer as well, so...
Robin, I was referring to you calling them a bunch of clowns. Just went right over.
I didn't hear you at all.
Yeah. Because you called them yeah, that's the guild name, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It's okay. See,
No,
this is what happens when I train myself to zone you out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's probably for the best.
Yeah.
Clearly working in
Counter
your
comes
favor.
in, and Cape Dancers are going to soak up an engagement, but so is B1 on the same play. Not a lot of offensive locuses and heals coming out for the front lines of B1. As it looks like our Shockholder is struggling to get back here, trying to find some heals for himself, but the Grail Seeker from his defensive tank is going to shut down the push. Finally gets a heal onto the front line, Enigmatic Staff as well, shielding the push out through the choke point. This is something that we don't really hardly ever see happen, but it looks like Surfer going to allow it as a nasty little clump comes in. The follow-up DPS is phenomenal. Where's the Bloodletter Execute? And there it is, right on cue, as Riblu a B1 just gets a triple kill onto that whole entire clump of title, and it looks like these boys are going to
him up for another one here. There he goes, and he's going to get another one from Looney over there on the bottom. Nicely done by these guys. B1 have done really well. We haven't seen much of them, but this is what wasn't a very effective showing against Surf right now.
Indeed, indeed. And the push continues. It looks like, I mean, I'm pretty sure Surf have enough to hold and turn here. What's our disarray debuff right now? So level 31 disarray debuff on Surf. B1, once the buff goes away, they're on a 34. So nearly an equal showing. I mean, Surf down, what, about 10 members? But it looks like they're faux fleeing here in Dry Top Riverbed. Unless they're getting a regroup. Interesting. B1 did hold on to the territory here. Another level 8 territory up here, by the way. Dry Top Pillars was under siege as well by Surf. They were able to take control of that one, which is a level 7. So 1 for 1 in terms of objectives here. But it looks like B1 have secured the ZVZ win. I'm gonna,
well done, B1.
Make sure, because that
Thanks
blob's
for the
still
heads up.
holding. Okay, they're just cleaning up over here. Okay. Wow, they had B1. Yeah, wow. Okay.
I want to thank them for the heads up too. They reached out to both of us, made sure that we got to see their content. Good showing.
Indeed. Very nicely done, lads. And another alliance that we, like we said, never really seen them before on the War Report, and suddenly they're out here showing against Surf with a level 34 disarray debuff, and holding on to some of the territories up in this little corner.
AAA versus PoE over on Syndic right now. I see him positioning down to the south with AAA over his north. Maybe he's mounting up to get away or reposition on the battlefield. I see Wadafak on the map as well.
Alrighty, yeah, Syndic could be wrapping around. So this is now a farm plot territory. So on the north side is an escape route, but it looks like Syndic's actually going elsewhere. Or is the fight over? Okay, M3R is the one that's holding territory. So M3R actually bombs for PoE. And the fight is over. 1 or 2 members of AAA left. Yeah, PoE's already cleaned up house here.
Already won this one.
Yeah.
Oh well. Fortunately, we missed that one.
With a level 40 disarray debuff. The zone.
Not bad.
Yeah, one thing.
Heard they had a 62 the other day.
Ow.
Yeah. 310.
Just opened up the world map. There's a lot of objectives popping up here. We got 2 Coden Vortexes on the map, along with 2 purple power anomalies on the world map, just in this little tiny part of the world. Something that you don't really see that often.
Nope. Maybe they'll have some action on that.
It's in a couple hours.
Oh, well, that's not. Yeah, we won't be here for that.
Yeah. Really need to message QA about that, or anyone at the office. How do
One
we
of
add
them.
symbols and color to guild descriptions?
I am over here. Let me see. Are they taking the territory? What's going on? I'm on Sacra of Sex and Flex. They don't seem to be alone in the territory. I'm just bouncing around trying to find out who else is around.
Should be
One done.
one done.
Yeah. But not a whole lot. War
This
gods as
queue's
well.
activated.
Looks like they're out in force and they're hunting somebody down out here. Looks like they're trying to chase somebody. Bouncing to the front of their line, and it does look like War Gods are trying to position themselves into a fight with One Done once again. Not giving up here today.
Yeah, I don't see one done though. I I see
They're-
Madness running to the
Yeah,
southeast door.
Madness is over at the door. It's not a huge force. That's all there is. And Madness is actually moving themselves up. And I think that's to keep this zone active as they're not going out the door. This might be trying an attempt to get these guys away from the door so more One Done can zone in. Because Cluster Q's, as you can see, they got that northwest door.
One done are fleeing. I hopped onto why this game. They're halfway through Unhallowed Cloister with a 31 disarray debuff, heading directly for that southeast door. So that's going to be completely in the opposite direction.
Somebody's coming through here. Hold on.
Looks like GDL won another round here versus One Done, but One Done do not want it. Yep, they're going to zone into Unholy Cloister. They're going to carry on the push, but One Done are just, yeah, they're like, yep, objectives are done here. Easy fights for us today.
Well, there is a group of Saga fighting in the center of the zone. Small scale, right in the center of Braymore Lowland. All the rats are fighting. Jeff Dahmer.
What now?
I'm kind of just running around in free mode trying to catch some of these guys. Let's see. It's small scale. I think it's actually over now. It's just all rats fighting against each other for the scraps.
Yeah, it is. Well, if this is an indication of how bad ratting's got.
There's a lot of
over the last ever since the mount changes came in. Like, it's so hard to kill these rats. I mean, just this one group alone have a group of 10, and that's in their own party. And I've witnessed it before. We had a fight the other day, actually, Militant versus DIOR. There was 49 rats listed on the battle board itself, just causing chaos in that one fight. 49 people showed up to rat the ZVZ. I don't know, dude. Like, it's bad at the moment. Everyone's complaining about ZVZ ratting. It's
just to get something else on the screen, we do have Anthony Ray whacking on a hideout right now. I don't know if Bogul has that up.
good old Anthony Ray. Deepwood Pines, who are they evicting from here? Oh, Shard. Level 3 hideout. Okay. Gonna be going down to its 2 out of 5 shields if they can secure this here. Interesting. Shard is... I believe Shard of the Slap Alliance, they're getting involved versus Black Order. They are. White Bank Cross. Black Order actually launched back onto K-Bread of the Slap Alliance there. Also in Deepwood Gorge, they got launched on by, once again, Black Order, but I should say AAA Alliance now, because that's who's actually fighting for it. So it's like maybe the homies are working. I don't know.
It's
Maybe
hard
they're
to
just getting
tell
him
who's
out of the
who.
zone. You know,
Mm-hmm.
homies have pretty much slapped their banner down in this region and held onto it pretty well. Doing a really good job. I'm just bouncing around. It looks like we don't really have that much other content available. Everyone's already pretty much back home, or
Yeah, it's
they're just
quiet.
getting their final objective down. Yeah,
Very quiet right now.
and even PoE, they're just standing around doing not a much of anything.
Yeah, it's very unusual to see it this quiet. It's been such a an interesting war recently. It feels like this war against PoE with Elevate seems to have petered out. Like they said they didn't see any reason to keep fighting PoE, but I feel like PoE is, right now looking better than the DIOR Alliance as far as what they're holding.
I mean, I would disagree.
Okay. Okay. If your objective is to eliminate somebody and they have that much territory, I'm just saying that's a
I
strange
mean,
place to give up.
territory doesn't equal strength anymore because territories can flip day in day out. Um, their global strength, I would say, was probably the main objective for DIOR's or the anti PoE coalition to shut down,
Okay.
which in a sense they kind of did, removing how look how many people left PoE Alliance, and most of them on very bad terms. So in sense, they probably would not join back into PoE anytime soon. Yes,
Hmm.
PoE still have a good, decent sized force, and they pull good numbers, but it's nothing compared to what they used to pull. And DIOR were able to. I mean, the anti PoE coalition itself, it wasn't just DIOR, it was AAA as well. They were able to show that they can remove PoE if they so please to. And they did. They removed it was well over $1 billion silver worth of just hideouts alone that they removed from the map. And that was in like a span of 2, maybe 3 weeks. So if they really wanted to, if PoE grew to a size that they didn't like again, I got a feeling that probably DIOR and AAA and the rest of the anti-PoE coalition would team back up and start removing them again.
Okay.
That's what I see. Elevate's held on to their little corner of the map in Razor Rock Ravine and that surrounding area since they came back in December, and no one's challenged them yet. They were able to build up their econ there and just hold on to that area of the map. And I mean, yeah, PoE on the. It's like that's the thing now. You cannot do anything in terms of removing someone. In terms of winning's changed now because of HQs. You cannot win by evicting someone anymore from the Outlands because territories, like I said, can be claimed literally and they flip constantly within 24 hours. It's not a sense of
I,
you holding that area.
I got news.
What's that?
Hot off the presses. So I was gonna wait to say anything about this until tomorrow when the interview is going live.
Did you get cleared for this?
Yeah, well, it's on Reddit now.
Uh,
Apparently, the AAA situation. Hold on, I want to get it directly, quote it correct. So there's the link with Syndic. I just linked that to you guys. You guys can share that. Um, Confirmed Syndic and AAA working together via Magic Mark and Syndic talking. This is hot off the presses from 30 minutes ago from Reddit. I have a link to that as well on from YouTube. I can share the link, but I can't play that for you. I think we'll share the link during the next show, guys. But Bogle, if you want to show that message there, that it sounds like Syndic has some very interesting things to say.
Just reading it right now. I mean,
He says that we're helping out in the war against PoE, which I find.
well, of I mean, in sense of us, we were showing them lose constantly, sure.
I mean,
Because that's bad press, and when you have bad press, no one wants to join in and fight under your banner. If you're constantly getting shown to lose fights and lose hideouts and stuff, I mean, I would understand that point of view, but I mean, we all know Syndic's viewpoint towards us, so
mhm.
it is what it is. Do
I mean,
do
whether
I
we,
care? Personally, not.
well,
I mean,
I do because it makes it for
I
interesting content. Really, it makes for interesting
exactly,
content.
exactly, and it's always fun. I mean, to be honest, I don't care who wins or loses as long as people are fighting in the Outlands and we got stuff to cover. That's all I care about. It's once the turtling begins and people start holding hands and singing like little songs together and not killing
Well,
people.
I
That's
like
when
to see
I
the
start
fights at
going, okay,
18.
this is boring.
Well, this is boring right now. Like where they're just like, we're not going to fight anymore because we know we can beat them. I feel like there's more to the story than that. And now we can reveal more to the story than that. Because as you've seen in the last few days, AAA and DIOR, who had this cozy little relationship when they were fighting every day with a common goal, they could hold it together. But they have one friendly ZVZ, and the shit talk starts flying.
Yeah.
So immediately after that happens, you know, Emperor Syndic dips in and says, "So, I got this deal for you. How would you like to work together? We'll give you back your old home."
Yep. And
Oh boy.
you know,
Oh boy.
some people just like taking that the easy route out, right?
Well, is it the?
I don't know. We'll see how it
I think
progresses
this could
over
heat
the
up the
coming.
war again. Like if you're DIOR right now, right, and you were like, because like this is what I was trying to get at before without really saying things. Is that if you know that AAA is now joining up with PoE, who do you think their target is?
Uh,
Like it's been told to me that it's Surf.
yeah,
But if you were you're in militant, right?
yeah, huh?
You guys can handle Surf, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you need either the combined forces of AAA or PoE to assist you in such a war?
Probably not.
Now, if you were to
Definitely
take
not.
on DIOR,
What's that?
how would you do a DIOR? If you were to take on Escalation and Elevate,
Hmm.
how would that work out for militant?
We would get crushed.
Okay. Now, what if you had the combined forces of, say, AAA or PoE, or even both at your back? Would that make it? Would that change the dynamic quite a bit?
100%.
Okay. I'm just saying. Well, okay.
So
Tune in tomorrow
you're
with my interview
thinking
with
you're
Magic
thinking
Mark.
AAA and PoE going to team up to take down DIOR now.
Well, so I did an interview with Magic Mark, and he has a lot to say. But I believe the official stance is that they're taking on Surf.
Hmm. I don't. We'll see then. I mean, if Magic Mark say that, we'll wait and see. We'll see how
Yeah.
it plays out, right? Because that's all we really can do. We can sit here, we can
Well,
speculate, we can, cause drama and be like, oh yeah, they're gonna go up against this guy, and these guys suck, and they need all these people to back them up, and blah blah blah. But we literally just have to wait and see,
well,
and
we
then
hope
we
we get to
cover it
see.
as it
We hope
happens.
we get to see. That's what we want.
Yep,
Is
that's
to
it.
see the wars. Like I don't care what happens in the back rooms if it stays in the back rooms, Robin. That's
Exactly.
boring. But if it comes out into the world of Albion, and over here at 18 UTC we get some nice large-scale ZVZ content, then it's all worth it. All the propaganda in the world.
Exactly, and that's what we live for here on AOTV.
But we've hit the end of the timers, Robin. There is no more action, and we are running out of propaganda to spill.
Oh.
I think it's time you tell them where they can watch our other propaganda.
Over on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/AlbionTV, we can find all the 5v5, 20 versus 20 Crystal League coverage, along with all the war reports and Invasion Day battles. We got the daily shows and we got the interviews. But if you're looking to listen to the interviews, maybe in a different format, say MP3 on the way to work, on the way home from work, on the way to school, who knows? You can. Where can they find that too, Shozen?
They can find that over on soundcloud.com/AlbionTV or any place they listen to podcasts simply by typing in Albion TV into that search bar. They do that, they will be greeted with over 100 interviews featuring some of the most interesting and charismatic individuals in all of Albion Online, as well as members of the Sandbox Interactive Development Team. So if they're interested in learning about how the game was made, hearing about the politics and histories of Albion, they should head over to soundcloud.com/AlbionTV and, pick a few interviews to listen to.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Stick around though, because I believe we got the Daily Show coming up, and then after that, we also have the 5v5 Crystal League with Sean Tazik himself. Obviously, gold codes will be given away via both shows. When we're not on a delay, there is gold codes to be won. But until then, that's it from us. Have a glorious evening. Adios.